Well, October is National Book Month, and we have 3 Texas authors here to talk about their books. Here with us today is Joel Robin Payne, Cecilia Renee, and Paige Ewing. Ladies, thank you so much for being with us. Appreciate you coming in. Of course, we're just going to kind of go down the line. We're going to start with Joel Robin Payne. You're from Houston, a licensed professional counselor, also certified equine-assisted psychotherapy. Horse therapy, right? Am I
That's
right about
exactly
that?
right.
Tell us about your books.
So my book is, it's a concept. So I have 2 books, one that's already out, and they both have to do with something called Bempathy. And the reason I've done that is for 30 years I've been studying how in our society, believe it or not, empathy has been decreasing. They've done studies on it. So I said, you know, what would be something enticing that would catch people? I need a name. Well, Bempathy, banter with empathy. So it's a process. And then I said, you know what? People relate more with fictional characters than they do with people because there's no competition. So I devised these characters. They're fraternal twins. There's Beacon, Brighton, and Beau. And Beacon is the beacon of light. Yeah. So he shines and enlightens Brighton. And then you have Brighton, who's the follower, and then little Beau, who helps tie everything together and helps everything make sense. So you've got a leader, a follower, and a compromiser. Those are the 3 personalities of our world. Yeah. And that's how come it came to be.
What age group is this for?
So it is, believe it or not, for millennials, excuse me, and Gen Zs, because millennials are having kids and they need to understand how to talk to their kids. Right. And it also helps them out too, to get along. It brings harmony in relationships
that's
instead
fantastic.
of ghosting.
There you go. Very important these days anyway.
Yes.
And next we have Cecilia Renee. You're located in Austin and you love romance, humor, and all things spicy.
Yes.
So I'm told. Tell us about being a historical romance author. I love it.
Being a historical romance author is a lot of fun because I get to go back and research things and find out like the underlying history of everything. It's particularly like interesting because sometimes I go back and I do research Black characters, especially so I can have a person of color in, you know, Regency England. And, you know, history kind of tells us that, you know, Black people weren't there, but they were there. And I love doing a deep dive to discover it all. Last night, I actually went looking for a Black British Army officer. And I was searching for my next book, and then I found one. A friend of mine sent me a bunch of links, and then I found one that was an ex-Jamaican slave that he ended up being the highest rank in the British Army that any Black person ever been. He became a sergeant, and I was like, this is my guy. This is my father of my heroine. I'm going to go with that. And like a weight lifted. So it's a lot of fun.
A lot of discovery.
It's a lot of discovery, and you know,
interesting.
I just love it so much.
That's fantastic. Our last but not least author, Paige Ewing, out of Central Texas, author of the Liliana and the Fae of Fayetteville series. Tell us all about it.
Well, my writing style has been described as cozy fantasy with a side of combat. I tend to put friends, quirky characters, found family. You get tea parties, but there's also some really intense action. So the original working title for Precise Oaths was a spider, a wolf, and a fairy with a machine gun.
Nice trio.
That gives you an idea. So the series is about Liliana, and she is a neurodivergent loner who completely does not expect to make a friend when a werewolf and 2 police officers show up at her front door and accuse her of being a serial killer. So Pete, the werewolf, he discovered that a bunch of soldiers were being murdered by a spiderkin, and his friend, the gun-obsessed fairy, she told him that Liliana was the only spiderkin in Fayetteville, North Carolina. So now Lily has to escape, prove her innocence, and then try and keep her new friend Pete from getting killed by the real murderers, who are a nest of were-spiders the size of Volkswagens.
And is that for all ages?
No, it's more of an adult fantasy.
I was going to say, yeah.
It came out in July, Precise Oaths did, and book 2, Explosive Chemistry, is coming out next month.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for being with us. Good luck with all your books. You have more books in the works?
You bet.
Yes.
All right. Keep it up. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.